Welcome, 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 welcome back, welcome back. Come on in, come on in, come on in, y'all. Come on in, guys. Come on in, come on in. I promise y'all I want to be a rapper. Let me see, what could be my rap name? MC 50 on the mic. Oh, that might work. It might work. But anyway, I am until that work out for me, right? I am here for season 1, episode 11 of Our Kind of People. It is not light we need, but fire. Okay? So this episode started off with Angela sitting. She's sitting in this house. And so Teddy Franklin walks in and he noticed her and this, so he go around and see her. He was like, "Hey, how you doing, whatever." And she said, "It's my Aunt Piggy. She went and turned herself in behind that Darius, saying she killed Darius. And I came over here to see if you can get her out. You got Nate out, and I just want to know if you can get her out, And, basically, she's all I got and blah, blah, blah." And so he was like, "Yeah, I can do that." And so he said, "I can put Nikki some money, a trust fund away. I can give you seed money for your Eve's crown. And I can do that." And so she was like, "What's the cost?" You know what I'm saying? "You can do all that, but what's the cost? Because trust me, you ain't doing it out the kindness of your heart." And he said, "I would do all that if you leave Oak Bluff." And so she was like, he said, "Because the things you are digging up can hurt the family." And so she was like, "Finally, at least you said it to my face. You ain't trying to get rid of me behind me. At least you told me to my face." Because, she had already knew he wanted her gone. Okay, so she said, "Fine, I'll take the deal." And she leaves. So she in her feelings or whatever because, Aunt Pig is all she got, and this man is her daddy, and he's evil, and what I'm saying, like she found herself trying to figure out what happened to her mom, and now it's like, do I throw all that away to for his kind gestures? But at the same time, it's kind is not so kind because he want me to pack up and leave. Okay, so she's at home. It's late at night. She's drinking, braiding hair, and here come Nate. And Nate was like, "What's going on? What time is it?" She was like, "It's 3 a.m. And she said, "Some people count sheep, I count braids." And she was like, "Bees or no bees?" And so I think he told her bees or something like that. And so he was saying, "Why don't you?" So she was just telling him. And so he said, "Why don't you just take the deal? Why don't you just take the deal and be rid of it? Don't put yourself through all this. Take the deal and be rid of it." Okay, so she's sitting at home, and she's sitting at home the next day, and in walks Piggy. And so she thought, "Oh, well, he worked fast." And so she said, "So I guess he kept his word." And she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Well, I went to Teddy and told him to get you out." And she was like, "Teddy ain't did nothing. I was sitting down there in the holding room for 2 hours telling these people, and they was like, they have to investigate or whatever and get back with me. So while we have the time, let's enjoy life. Until she was saying basically, until they come to arrest me, let's enjoy what time we have together. Let's have a party, invite all our friends, and just enjoy life." Okay. So that's what they were going to do, right? And so Leah, she's okay, so she's really feeling bad. Wait. So Raymond and Teddy were sitting at the breakfast table, and, Raymond, he's he feel like he can beat his chest a little bit because he's like, "Yeah, when I get my company back, I'm going to do this and that." And, he started talking bad about Teddy, and all the way you got your daughters, you got to buy her and blah, 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 because in previous episode, he told Teddy, He said, you know, the difference in you and me is I'm young. I have life to live. You know, basically 1 foot in the ground, one foot in the grave, 1 foot out. You know, you don't have years and years ahead of you. So he take all kind of shots at Teddy. So he was telling him, yeah, when I get my company back. And so Teddy was like, that's why I always have my breakfast. That's why I like having my breakfast in my room, you know, because he didn't want to keep sparring with the youngster or whatever. Because, you know, Raymond, he hit below the belt. So he goes upstairs. He was like, why you didn't come to breakfast? And she's feeling real bad about the fact that she turned on her sister. But, you know, she's caught between a rock and a hard place because here's Teddy telling her, hey, she gonna destroy the family. You know what I'm saying? So Leah is thinking, okay, I gotta do what I gotta do to protect the family. Okay, so, and he's not making it any better because he's constantly, you know, drilling in her head. She's trying to destroy the family, and you know she needs to leave because we're trying to protect the family. Okay, so you know, she was in her feelings, and so Raymond was talking to her, and, you know, he didn't make it no better. She was like, well, thank you. Well, dang, thank you for making me feel better. He was like, baby, why don't we, once I get my company back, you come over and we go 50-50 partnership and run dormant. Okay, so when I get my company back from Teddy. So, you know, she was just looking or whatever because, you know, I don't know. So then, her mom, so her mom was sitting on the couch talking to the twins, Lauren and Quincy, and they were showing her about the cotillion and they dance moves and all this stuff, and so he had came downstairs and he was like, Raymond had came downstairs. Not Raymond, I'm sorry. Teddy came downstairs. He was like, what are your mother doing here? And she was like, Dad, come and hug your wife or whatever. And so he was asking Leah, what is she doing here? And so she said, Dad, like, she's feeling better. She's taking her medicine. This is the most, you know, vibrant or lucid or whatever she has been. She's doing, you know, she's doing great. And the doctor said it was okay for her to be here or whatever. And so, because she had told Leah she wanted to be there with her to help her through this process that was going on, right, with the Grace-Ds and all this stuff. So anyway, he looking crazy, you know, he looking whatever. Okay, so Nikki and Taylor was on the phone. Nikki was like, I miss you and blah blah blah, and so she talked to her and, you know, I want to see you, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, I love you. And Taylor was like, I'll call you back later. So she go in the room. There's Lauren in the bed. And so she was like, I feel terrible. I feel horrible. You know, I don't feel good. I don't feel right about this. I'm going to break up with her. And she was like, no, don't do that. Lauren was like, don't do that. And so she was like, you know, I'm building a relationship with her or whatever. I mean, you know, we're just consoling each other. You know, this is just, you know, we both went through a traumatic event, and that's probably what this is. And so Taylor was like, no, you're the only one that when you're in my arms, it feels right, and I'm gonna break up with her, and you know, I was like, well, just break up with her, you know. But then I'm thinking, remember, Lauren and Nikki was together. Lauren and Taylor was together. And Nikki was, you know, putting down her little boogie or whatever. And so, dropping little whatever for her, for Nick Taylor to pick up. So she picked up what Nikki was putting down. So actually, she's, you know, it's like, okay, what goes around, come around. This is karma. Right? Because if Taylor want to be with Lauren, Nikki need to bow gracefully. She was like, we were each other's first, and, you know, we love each other, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, baby, bow out gracefully. That's what she need to do. So, Tariq and Raymond was talking or whatever, and Raymond and Tariq was like, I want to get back with Angie. You know, I hate to put another brother down, but, you know, it is what it is. And so, Raymond was like, hey, do what you need to do or whatever. And so, so now they're at the party. And so, they're at the party and everybody's dancing. Tariq comes over. He's like, wow, this party better than mine. And Aunt Piggy goes and grabs Tariq, bring him over to Angie, and they talking or whatever. And they stand in the back just looking. Yep. I was like, they probably figure, we're going to make this family thing work. But she, when he came into the picture, she was already bedding down somebody else. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Because I would have thought that she would have wanted to give it a go. Because they really didn't have a chance to. Nick at 17 when he get out. So 17 years he been locked up. And they really never had a chance to give it a go. And I would have thought that she would want to see. Because to me, that means you leaving no stones unturned. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to down the road think about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. What if me and Nate would have worked out? What if Nate and I would have, tried? Because I think sometimes, if you never try to give it a go, I think sometimes the two people doing it, both of themselves a disservice because, if you have great chemistry and history or whatever, why not give it a go? You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, so Quincy and his girlfriend are sitting on the couch and, my allergies. And so they making out or whatever. Here comes Lauren. So she was like, she was like, and then she got all nasty. She was like, oh, you're nothing but a gold digger. And somebody's purse came up stolen at the beach. And she was like, oh, so the maid's granddaughter the help had to steal it. And she was like, you nothing but a gold digger and whatever. Baby Sloan got up and walked over to her and said, oh, I saw you walk Taylor out. Do Nikki know? Shut her right on up. Shut her right on up. She said, you worry about your business, not my business. I was like, you better tell her, Sloan. You worry about your business, not mine. And then Quincy went up to the room after him and Sloan went on about their separate ways. And he said, what do you call yourself doing? And she was like, I feel sorry for her. You only talking to her because she's poor. I was like, what? I feel sorry for her because you're going to dump her and I give it 2 weeks. And he told her to stay out his business. I'm like, Lauren is just foul. Like, girl. I told y'all. She get it honest because Leah is nasty too. She really is. And Leah was asking her Teddy about, questions, what are the secrets or whatever that you're hiding, because of course he's not telling her everything, but she's listening to what Angie's saying. So she leaves and she go and speak to Angie, because she know Angie, man. She was trying to apologize. I'm sorry. And she was like, yeah, whatever. It don't matter. You do whatever daddy tell you, your daddy tell you to do whatever. And she said, you know what? Matter of fact, tell him, yeah, I'll take the deal. And she was like, what deal? Oh, you didn't know about it? And she was like, well, he told me he'll do all this or whatever if I leave Oak Bluffs. So tell him, yeah, I'm going to take the deal. So Leah, she's looking because he want her gone by all means necessary. So she leave mad because Angie told her point blank. She was like, and once I leave, I don't see a need to continue this relationship. Dagger to the heart. Because Leah was they both were building. And you can see in the episodes, they were building a bond. They were building a relationship. So Leah is hurt and she leave, And, So at the party, Piggy, she was drinking or whatever, and then here come this man, guys. It was Jesse. They done put Angie and Jesse back together from All My Children. He is Darius. So he comes up. She's like, Darius, you alive? What? I thought you were dead. And so he was like, no, we got into it and you stabbed me and you thought I was dead and Teddy came and got me and whatever. So the man is not even dead. All this time, this woman been thinking he was dead, and he was not even dead. So he meets up with Piggy and give her a sack, and she looking at the gun. She was like, "What is this you brought me?" And he was like, "I don't know what it is." He said, "Teddy came, you know, whenever you do something, he do something for you. Trust me, it's never free. He came and brought me this gun and said, put it, you know, hide it or get rid of it, and I never did. And so now they got the gun. So that might be the gun that killed Tariq's daddy. Might be the gun." And so now Piggy got it, because he was like, "I'm a deacon in my church now, you know, I've changed, and I still think about that sweet booty," or something he said like that. And so so they kissed on the jaw, and he left. So okay, so Leah's mom, the daddy and the mama was dancing to this song. And so Leah came to ease into the room. She watched them for a little bit. And her and her mama had a little moment. And so her mama said, "I just wanted to be here for you this one last time." And she said that, you know. So she must have felt like something was going to happen or whatever. And so she was like, "I just wanted to see you this one last time, happy, and, you know, whatever." And that morning, Leah went to her room after she seen her dad and her dancing or whatever. And she was like, "Mommy, you slept in late, you sleeping late?" And went over there, and the mama was dead. "Mommy," she crying, "Mommy." There was a pillow on the side of her, it had blood on it. And she looked at the pillow, and then she went back to her mama, you know, crying and whatever. And so a week later, when it was time for the funeral, okay, so Angel sitting, you know, Nikki came in there, and, you know, Angel was sitting, and she was like, "Mom, you that's your sister, you know, yeah, by blood, not by bond." It's like, "Mom, you know, that wouldn't be right. We need to go and support and blah, blah, blah." So at the funeral, they all sitting there, and they getting up one by one saying, you know, Teddy got up, Olivia got up. And so they, you know, he, you know, just talking, giving her flowers or whatever. And Leah notices Angie, and she walks pretty rapidly over to her sister, because she needed her sister. And honey, Teddy looked over there and seen it. I said, guys, when Leah found out that Teddy is the snake he is, her whole view of him is going to change. But I already thought Leah knew that, guys, because I remember when she said that the stuff that she had on him in that file, she'll give it to the FBI. This was like episode 1 or 2. So I'm like, she already know Ted ain't no good. She already know he's a snake in the grass. And then the day of the funeral, she had read this letter. Her mom had put her letter in her jewelry box, and she was telling her to get away from her daddy. "You're a light, you need to get out under your daddy, and I wanted to see you. I wanted to spend time with you this one last time," and blah, blah, blah. The letter was so touching and warm. She put that letter in the drawer on top of the pillow, because I'm pretty sure she's put it together that her daddy done came and killed her mama. So Angie and her Aunt Piggy decided that they was not going to leave Oak Bluff. They was going to find out what happened and get to the bottom of it. So Nate and Tariq proposed to Angie. So guys, I want to know, who do you think? I'm thinking she's going to go with Nate. I really do. I think she's going to go with Nate. But we shall see, guys. That was season 1, episode 11. It is not light we need, but fire. This is Sean's Journey, out.